All right, we go back into Revelation chapter 21, verse 3. Verse 3 said, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them. And they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them, and be their God." See, God gonna dwell among us. He's gonna be among the saints. You know, this is after the second, the Gog and Magog war. See, it's not like coming up now in this Babylon. It's gonna be that's gonna be after, when Satan gonna be bound for 1,000 years. Gonna be after he be let loose again. You know, and God gonna dwell with us, you know, among his people. And go like in I think it's 2 Peter. Yeah, 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 13. It said, "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness." See, it'll be the new heaven and a new earth. See, like I said, this first Babylon was coming to the Babylon we in now. Everybody won't be destroyed. There's a lot of people be thinking, like I said, you go with Zechariah chapter 14 and going like in Daniel chapter 7. See, a lot of people think that everybody going to be destroyed, you know. So a lot of people be teaching that everybody ain't going to be nothing left here, but after the saints going to be caught up, when the Lord come, the saints gonna be caught up in the air. You're gonna meet the Lord in the air. So we will be with the Lord. You know. Then we're going back to heaven. Maybe it's true. We're going back to heaven. You know, this is the 144,000. You know, because history like already repeats itself. Because God can, the people that are left, He can leave message for the people, you know, because Satan will be bound for 1,000 years. And God have, you know, angels to come down, you know, and speak to, have preachers, prophet, and stuff like that, give the word to them, and they're like it is now. See, Jesus Christ is not not around in person with us, you know, but he have his prophet teaching, you know. Like during that 1,000 years, we can, 144,000, that would make sense, can be going back to heaven and be with the Lord. And he'll come back like in Revelation chapter 24 after the great white throne judgment. See, but people be saying that, you know, the Lord will go back to heaven, then everybody gonna be destroyed. The animals, everybody will be nothing left here but ashes. Then after the 1,000 years, it's going to be like Satan, the evil people will come back to life, then they're going to rule here on earth. You know, those people is already lost, or be already lost from the first death. You know, they ain't going to come and this tab tank for the 1,000 years. You know, you'll be giving them like a second chance. You know, it didn't say that. You don't get no second chance. You know, as the people that are left after the battle of Armageddon, after the Magog war. You know, we're talking about Ezekiel 38 and 39. You know, God have some people left. God may have those, you know, his angels, send angel down, messenger like he do now. It's like you're doing in Abraham time. You know, while the world is going on, he sent Ezekiel, you know, Moses, all those prophets, down the line, Jeremiah, Isaiah, and all of that. God could have people, give the word while Satan could be locked up and everybody could be obeying God. Then after the 1,000 years, Satan could be let loose again. Then he'll go and deceive these people again. Like he's doing now. See, that's what a lot of people you can't see. Now if you say that like that, this will sound rightly, because after the first Babylon, after this Babylon, they have people left. Because you go in Ezekiel, Ezekiel chapter 39. So Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 14. They're telling God so they got to clean up the land. Got all those dead bodies. Ezekiel 39 and 14 saying, they shall shiver out men of continuing employment. See, passing through the land to bury. See, they're going to be buried there. With the passenger, those that remain upon the face of the earth. You see, so those that remain, because they can have some people going to remain, like I said, the face of the earth. Excuse me, remaining on the face, remain, those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it after the end of 7 months shall they search, and the passenger that passed through the land, when any see a man's bone, they shall be set up. Then shall he set up a sign by it till the burier have buried it in the valley of Hemagog. See? You can read on down, it'll tell you that. See, they're going to have some people left after the Gog and Magog war in Ezekiel 38 to 39. That's what I'm trying to show you. It'll tell you that in Zechariah and all that. See, for the first, but after the 1,000 years, after the great white throne judgment, that's going to be the earth. They're going to be burned up. Then the earth will be a new heaven and a new earth. It's like what Peter said, like in 2 Peter chapter 13. Chapter 3 and verse 13. See, it will be a new heaven and a new earth. And in verse 12 it says, looking for and hasten unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the element shall melt with fervent heat. See, all those are like satellite, all that stuff, it's going to be melted with fervent heat. Everything within the heavenly parts in the sky, things. See, that's when there's going to be the new heaven and the new earth. See, after the great white throne judgment. See this part. But in the first Babylon that's coming up now, the Gog and Magog that coming up now, they're going to have people left here on earth. See. And then after 1,000 years, when Satan's going to be locked up, then Satan will go and deceive. After the 1,000 years, go and deceive these people again. Not everybody ain't going to be deceived. It's like it is now. This time, everybody don't only get deceived, but mostly everybody going to be deceived. And they're going to come against the saints. What you read about Revelation chapter 20 and verse 9. Verse 8 and 9. 9. See, verse 9, chapter 20, it said, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about and the beloved city, and fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them. And the dead in the grave, they were still in the grave till after the one that didn't live right. then they're going to be rose to be judged. Look what you read, the great white throne judgment. Because Satan will be on a little loose for a little season after the 1,000 years. And you'll go and deceive those people that seek of during the time, everybody gonna be living, gonna have the word of God, because Satan gonna be bound for 1,000 years. During that 1,000 years, though, it could be multiplying the few that are left loose, the few that are left, they're going to be living here on earth, the few that are left. See? And they're going to be going to get deceived again, some of them, most of them. Just like it is now, when Satan be let loose. The few that are left, after the battle of Armageddon, after the Magog war, the first one. The second one, God will destroy, put Satan well good. Then it's going to be the great white throne judgment. It'll put Satan well good. Death and hell, be cast into the lake of fire. That'll be it. That's what I want to try to bring to y'all, to get y'all to see that there's going to be people left here in the first, Babylonian. See, they had Babylon before, like in Jeremiah time. But then, now at the end time, it's going to be a Babylon, the Gog and Magog war. Then after Satan going to be bound for 1,000 years, it's going to be another Gog and Magog war. History like repeats itself, That's all I'm trying to show you. But thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His Word. So next time I'll try to explain a little bit more and go over something so y'all can understand. Like in verses, it'll be like in verse 4 next time. But thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His Word.